Morning everyone! I've got a bit of a different day today, so I thought I would film it. I've just done my usual morning routine. The kids are in school today, so I've just been tidying up and I had my water and coffee this morning. I've just done a bit of yoga, which I feel great after. It's making such a difference. I talked about it in a video actually, which I'll link for you if you want to have a look, but I do it every morning and it's made a massive difference to, well, everything. I love it. So yes, I've just done that, which Marnie usually joins in with and climbs on top of me, which makes it interesting, but it means that she could get involved too, which is nice. So she comes and does some stretches along with me. I've already had my shower this morning. I'm gonna go and finish off my makeup, make some breakfast, and then I'm heading out this afternoon to meet a lady called Helen Ward. She is a professional footballer and she's launching the McDonald's Football Mum of the Year Awards. So I'm going to chat to her today, which would be really nice, about just general mum life and being a football mum and a footballer, how she juggles her career with her family life and all that kind of thing. So it'll be really nice, something a bit different to do on a Monday. It's not every day I get to go and meet a professional footballer, so that'll be fun. But until then, I think Marnie and I are just gonna hang out and play. She's still in her pajamas, so I need to sort her out. Yeah, just a pretty regular morning for me before I head out to meet Helen this afternoon. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shout hooray!
Hooray! What's he saying? Is it wow, silver. Look, no, this is. Look, I'll find you. Look, this. No, this is. Dupties.
Dupties! Dupties are monkeys. I've got about half an hour now till I need to leave. I'm just waiting for Dan to get back. He's going to look after Marnie for me so I can go and meet Helen. So I'm just going to get dressed. And I'm leaving that to the last minute because I know that either I or Marnie will spill something on me the second I get dressed if I don't leave it to the last minute. So I'm going to do that quickly. And then I'm going to head into Cardiff, which is where I'm meeting the team. And that's where I'll be then for most of the afternoon. So I will take you along with me. I've just arrived at the location to meet Helen to have our chat. And I always get really nervous before I meet somebody that I'll be chatting to, and I know she's going to be lovely. It's a lovely day, so at least I'm enjoying a walk in the sunshine. So I'm here today with Helen Ward, who is a professional footballer and also the McDonald's Football Mum of the Year Awards ambassador and a mum of two. Now, I had a little look at your Instagram over the weekend and I can see that you're very busy. So my question to you is, how do you fit it all in? How do you juggle everything?
I'm asked this question quite a lot, to be honest. I think if you love something enough or you're passionate about something, then you find the time for it. If you looked at my Instagram, I actually put a similar quote on there the other day that said, it's not about finding the time, it's about making the time.
I did see that.
And that is kind of what I live by. If I don't care enough, I won't make the time. But obviously I care about my kids a huge amount, but yeah, football and anything else I do, I also care about a lot, and that's how I do it. And also with the support of my family and friends who are willing to help me with the kids or whatever else I need. So I'm very fortunate that I've got people around me that support me.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you got into football? Did you start at a very young age, or is it something you got into a little bit later on in life?
I'd say I was fairly young. My brother, I've got an older brother and he played football. So I spent a lot of my weekends following him around and kicking a ball on my own at the side of the pitch. Back then, this is going back sort of 20 years ago now, there weren't too many girls that played. Yeah. But my brother, he saw something in me that he thought I had a chance of playing, and he went to school one day and found a leaflet for the local girls team, and he said, why don't you go along? And I think I was 8 at the time, so from then on I haven't looked back, and I've been involved in a club environment ever since. So yeah, it's down to my brother really.
So how did you get involved with the McDonald's Football Mum of the Year Awards?
I guess again, there's not many women that have children and carry on playing, so I think I was possibly found because of coming back after having Emily. Actually presented an award while I was pregnant with Charlie as well, which was quite nice. So I think, yeah, it was a case of they contacted me and said, is it something you'd be interested in? And of course, as I've said, I've had the support of my family, not just while I've had children, but my mum has been up and down the country with me, taking me to and from games and training, and that means a lot to me, and it is enabled me to play for as long as I have. So I recognise how important the mums are within football, and especially at grassroots when you need that support. You know, they don't only look after their own kids, but my mum was ferrying my friends around as well. It wasn't just me that she took. So it's nice to be able to recognise other mums that are doing the same thing, and it's an absolute honour to be involved in this sort of programme and, you know, be the ambassador for the Football Mums of the Year.
I always think it's amazing people like this that go over and above, because half the time I find just getting my kids to their commitments and dropping them off is a mission in itself. So to the people who actually, you know, put in the extra time, the extra effort, I think it's amazing, and they certainly do deserve recognition.
100%, and a lot of these grassroots clubs wouldn't survive without people like that. And of course, it's not just the mums that do it, and the awards recognise so many different people at grassroots level, and I think it's so vital that we all started somewhere. You know, you look at the likes of Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey, they all started at grassroots level. They weren't just suddenly superstar footballers, and everybody has that grounding, and if it wasn't for the people that make that happen, then, you know, football wouldn't be what it is. So it's important to recognise, and as you said, it's hard enough to get your own kids sorted, let alone helping other people and other people's children as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. So you must have met some fairly inspirational women in your years of being an ambassador for the awards. Can you tell me one that particularly sticks out, or a few that have stuck with you?
To be honest, they all have, and the stories they've all got to tell, you know, whether it's suffering an injury where it stopped them from doing their own job, but they still keep on doing what they do for the football team and for their children. And just, I can't pick any of them out because it would be unfair to do so, but just the efforts they go to, the reasons they're nominated is reasons that everybody can appreciate, and then for them to win the award, obviously they're fully deserving. And the ones that don't win the actual award, I still think that they should be recognised and thanked for what they're doing. And you know, I think they're all fantastic, and I love reading all the nominations every year, and it's so hard to pick a winner. I always dread that part.
How do you pick?
It's really difficult. I get sent a list of what they've all done and how fantastic they are, and then it's up to me to go through them. And as I said, it's so hard to pick, but there's normally sort of one thing that will stand out amongst the nominations, and I try and be as fair as possible, but it is difficult, and it does take some doing.
So what do your kids think of their mum's job? Do they think you're the coolest mum ever? I bet they do.
I don't think Charlie's quite old enough to realise what I do. Emily, I think she thinks it's quite cool. She's coming up to 5, so she's got a bit more of an idea. She sees football on the TV, and she said, do you know these people, or have you played with them before, you know, whether it's men or women on the telly? And most of the time I have to say no, but I think she's starting to get an idea of what football is and what it's about, and she hears the World Cup mentioned, and she kind of understands what it is now. So I hope one day, obviously I have to spend a bit of time away from home, and that's quite difficult, because especially with Emily, she's at an age now where she knows that I'm away for a long time, but at the same time she's not quite got the concept of time, so it's hard for her. But I hope that once I've retired and, you know, they're a bit older, they'll be proud of what I've done, and I think it's pretty cool.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today and telling me more about the awards. I've really enjoyed hearing about them, and if you know of someone in your local community who you think should be nominated, then do click on the link that I'll leave it in my description box, and you can find out some more information. And it's always worth putting someone forward, because you never know, they may well be this year's winner, so it's well worth a look. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
So that's it, we're all done, and as predicted, she was absolutely lovely, and it was nice to chat to her and just to see what her life is like as a busy mum with 2 young kids. And we've got a lot in common as mums, really, haven't we? So I'm just making my way back to the car. Then I have to head back home, and I've just spent time talking to Helen about how us mums give so much time to our kids' hobbies. And speaking of that, I've got to go and take my daughter and son to their drama class, so that's where I'm headed. So I've just walked in the door and it's business as usual. Aiden is telling me that he's really hungry and he wants to eat now. This second. Not in 5 minutes. Right now. Are you hungry, Fraggle? We need to leave in 5 minutes, but you're not moving. This is my life. And this one's home.
Hello.
Looking forward to Game of Thrones tonight?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so into it this season. Oh my god.
That's Marnie, she was having a grump.
Dan's just showing me a picture of Marnie mid-tantrum. And you took a picture.
Yeah, bit of a strop there.
Face first on the carpet.
Yeah, she threw herself to the floor.
Happy now? So I've just got back and managed to eat my dinner in record time before taking Merrin back down for her second rehearsal of the evening for this show that she's in with Dylan. And Dylan's there now as well, so I'll pick them both up at about 8 o'clock. And then I'm going to watch Game of Thrones, which I'm so excited about. I'm so into this season. I loved it when it first started. I got really excited about every episode, and then I kind of lost my way about season 3 or 4. Not lost interest, but I don't know, I think it just got a bit complex for me, and I couldn't keep up. But now I'm so into it, I can't wait to watch it tonight. Last week's episode was amazing, and apparently tonight's is pretty good too. So that's my plans for the evening once I've gone and got the kids. And yeah, it's one of those, Monday's a funny one for us. It's one of those really busy ones, especially because they're in this show together, so that makes it extra busy. But it just got me thinking, chatting to Helen earlier as well, about how us mums are all the same and we all just want to help our kids to do the things that make them happy and that they enjoy and find a passion for and things like that. I think I mentioned it earlier. But yeah, it was really nice to chat to her today about her side of things, and she was talking about her mum and how her mum has supported her to succeed as a footballer, and now she's obviously plays professionally, and she does this work with McDonald's as well to recognise other mums. And it was just really nice to talk to another mum, and I really enjoyed chatting to her. I can hear Marnie downstairs, she's down there with Dan, so I'm going to go and get her cleaned up. She's coming through this phase where she likes to paint yoghurt on her face. She loves yoghurt. She has it every day after dinner, and for some reason she likes to smear it around a little bit. I'm not entirely sure what that's about. It's a new thing that she does that I kind of wish she didn't, to be honest, because it means that she gets herself in a bit of a state. So I'm going to go and clean her up, get her in her pyjamas. She's also being a real nightmare at the moment with sleep. I feel like I say this in every vlog because it's an ongoing battle, but at the moment she just doesn't want to sleep, and the less sleep she gets, the more she seems to need. It's that vicious circle, isn't it? So I'm hoping I can get her to sleep relatively early so I can watch Game of Thrones. So wish me luck, I'm gonna need it. Last pickup of the day, hooray! Hi guys! Look who I've got! I found them! Oh, hi Dylan. How was rehearsal? Was it good?
Good.
Someone is after an Iron Man costume.
Oh,
They've emptied out the contents of his money box.
25.
Got more money than me.
20.
That's really put together.
20 and 5.
29 and 5.
No, 20 and 5. Ah!
Kids are finally in bed and we're going to go and watch Game of Thrones.